You are now tuned in to the 411 for your fantasy football with your host, Autumn Wind Williams.
Ho, ho, ho. I always wanted to do that like the Santa Claus on the movie Christmas Story. Ho, ho, ho. What's going on, guys? This is Autumn Wind Williams, and you're now watching the 411 for your fantasy football for week 16 Christmas slate. Talking about the Showdown, Minnesota Vikings, New Orleans Saints. I hope you had clicked the bell icon so you can see this video. As a matter of fact, if you see this video, more than likely you click the bell icon, right? But if you didn't, do that right now so you know when I'm going to make the Saturday slate video and also the Sunday main slate video that we always make every week. And also make sure you subscribe to the channel, click the like or the dislike button, comment below the picks that you're selecting for the Showdown slate, or if it's something that I mentioned that you really don't think I should be recommending, go ahead and do that right below. But we're going to move on with the Showdown slate, see what I got for you guys to tell you about as far as with the Saints and the Vikings. The game is projected for 51.5 fantasy points with the Saints favored at home. So I'm expecting this to be more of a run game. When I look at how Drew Brees only had like 2 games this year where he threw for 300 yards. Michael Thomas is on the IR. Traquan Smith might not play tomorrow due to an ankle injury. So I'm going to be having Alvin Kamara in a lot of my lineups, likely on in the captain spot. I'm sure a lot of people are, along with Dalvin Cook, Adam Thielen, Justin Jefferson. Those are probably going to be the main guys. I'm not sure if Kirk Cousins or Drew Brees will get in there, but you know what I'm talking about. It's going to be more of a run game. It's going to impact who end up winning this. And, I'm questioning about that run game a little bit. Also because, it's 2 guys that pretty much vulture touchdowns from Alvin Kamara. And I'm talking about Taysom Hill and Latavius Murray. But I'm still considering playing both of them. Maybe even with Kamara, I don't know, or maybe just separately. But say if Taysom Hill go out there and actually throw a touchdown to Alvin Kamara, that could have positive correlation right there. Because if you're looking at how Drew Brees has not been playing that great, he just now coming back last week from suffering a rib injury, I think 11 ribs actually, and even before the injury, he wasn't playing awesome at all. Like I said, he only got 2 games this year where he threw for 300 yards. And with the Saints heading to the playoffs, they are likely going to give Taysom Hill the ball at quarterback position a lot more because they want Brees to get healthy. If he's suffering an injury right now, they don't want to risk losing in the playoffs. The smartest thing would be, say, sit him at the end of the 3rd quarter at least. I don't know. That's just something I'm thinking about right there when you got an injured starting quarterback and Taysom Hill came out while Brees was on the bench, IR, and he is well capable of playing a decent game. So why not put him in there? But say if Brees does stay in the game, and you know how they bring Taysom Hill in, the vulture passes and runs from Kamara, which always drove me nuts, and that's the reason why I'm trying to play him in my Showdown lineups now, because I always avoided him. I'm like, nah, they're not going to let him do it. Next thing you know, he get a touchdown or 2. And I'm just, if I had hair, I would be pulling it out. I'll just say that. But yeah, last week he also carried a 3-yard touchdown in the end zone, and he almost got another one catching within the 5-yard line. So they are looking at this guy at wide receiver, running back, possibly quarterback again. He plays special teams, block punts. So say if he blocks a punt, picks up the ball and run it in, you might want to play that defense too to double dip. But yeah, Taysom Hill, he's going to definitely be in some of my lineups. Moving on to the other vulture, that vulture to touchdown catching from Alvin Kamara last week. Talking about Latavius Murray. Alvin Kamara just finished up a good game. I think it was the fourth quarter. They bring in Latavius Murray. I think he ran like 20 yards after the catch. Touchdown. Ref's hands go up. And my middle finger goes up. Man, I was so hot because I had a lot of Alvin Kamara last week. He did okay, but say if he got that touchdown, Latavius Murray didn't, and say Taysom Hill didn't, my guy would have been really raking up a bunch of fantasy points, maybe over 30. But yeah, I'm looking at how Latavius Murray, like I said, caught a touchdown last week receiving. In week 12, he caught two. No, he rushed for two. So that's what, 3 touchdowns the last 4 games. And, that's not allowing Kamara to produce at the level that we're used to seeing him like he did in week 10, where he got I think he got about 34 fantasy points. So that's the reason why I'm considering playing the Tay Train, Latavius Murray as well. Okay, moving on to the other side, how I mentioned Dalvin Cook likely going to be in some captain spots because he's been playing well. I mean, he's not putting up the 40-50 fantasy points again so far, but he's going to have a lot of involvement knowing that the Vikings like to run the ball, and also he does catch the ball. And, like I mentioned, I think it's going to be more of a running game. Saints is going to be ahead. The projections is saying the Saints is going to be ahead. They're favored at home, and they will do dump offs, check downs, or whatever you want to call it, to Dalvin Cook. And I'm looking at some other guys too, where they're going to have to throw the ball to in order to try to catch up with the Saints, say in the garbage time if they have to. One is Irv Smith Jr. because Kyle Rudolph is not going to be playing tomorrow. Showdown slate against the Saints, and Kyle Rudolph hasn't been in practice since week 13. So Rudolph isn't joining any reindeer games tomorrow for Christmas. I know that's cheesy. So what? But Irv Smith Jr., he's the guy I'm expecting to play the majority of the snaps. Last week he was in there for 80% of the snaps. I know a lot of people are saying Coughlin. I think he got a touchdown last week, but I'm still focusing on playing Irv Smith, looking at the majority of the snaps. The majority of snaps equal more touchdown opportunities is the way I see it. Alright, moving on to my last guy from the Minnesota Vikings. I'm talking about Chad Bibi. He caught both of his targets last week for 21 yards. The production hasn't been there, even though he is the third wide receiver. But say if he have a game like week 12, where he went 7 for 7, totaling 63 yards and got a touchdown, that can help you take down a showdown entry, right? On DraftKings, priced at $1,800. So why not? I think that's a very good value play right there to help you pay up for your Dalvin Cook, Alvin Kamara, Taysom Hill, because he's expensive. But say you want to play Thielen and Jeffries along with Cousins and Chad Bibi, do an onslaught. And you gotta pick one Saints guy too. But just take that in consideration. Those that are the guys that I'm looking at right now, besides Dalvin Cook, Alvin Kamara, like I was saying, Jefferson, Thielen. I got Taysom Hill, Latavius Murray, Irv Smith Jr., and Chad Bibi. So, you want to let me know who you have, or if you like those plays right there. Comment below. Like I said, click the like, dislike button, and the subscribe button. And also that bell icon up there. That's really important, because a lot of people wouldn't have thought I would make a Showdown Slate video, right? But if you click the bell icon, you would have got that notification. But besides that, guys, make sure you have a safe and blessed Christmas. Me, I live alone. I can't see my family for Christmas except on Zoom. We're going to do Zoom and eat dinner and play games. I'm cooking a 9-pound ham for myself, some candied yams, and some boiled cabbage. And I got my dinner rolls, my favorite dinner rolls, Hawaiian rolls. So that's going to be my dinner tomorrow. I'm just going to be cooking it up while I'm watching the NBA and the NFL tomorrow. But yeah, be safe, guys. I just got a notification from my mom. She texted, told me I got 4 cousins now that end up getting COVID. The other 3 they okay now, but another one just happened. So please keep my family in your prayers, and I'll keep your family in mine. As far as our money go, we gotta make it to the top, man. Gotta do some takedowns on Showdown, Saturday slate, and the main slate on Sunday. Let's do it 3 in a row. Can we do that? Let's see, man. All we gotta do, think wise, don't play no stupid stuff, and just keep that faith, man. Besides that, y'all, talk to you tomorrow for the Saturday slate. Peace. I'm out.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the 411 Podcast. Now get ready to make that money. And don't forget to follow us on Twitter at the 411 DFS.